process the video very fast. To dump an entire video into a CNN is very expensive because you're going to have to process everything. Well, there's some very old school mathematics behind this that looks for density in objects, color, pixels. So we do a pre-process on the video. Now Google, the beta thing I told you we got involved with is called their video intelligence. You literally drop the whole video over. Well, they're going to make money on that. Whereas we want to just drop over a sequence of images because we already know these are great based upon our training set, and we want to find out more information. So here's a real example of what we call a high entropy image. And this is actually the calculation, and you can see what it looks like visually. So these, we know that the higher the entropy, the more people engage with. And now the question is, what face is that? Is that a star? Is that, you know, so that's something that we look for. The other thing that we're doing is video has a lot of blur, has a lot of screen transitions, logos, junk. And we don't want to show those. So we want to take that out. And again, this is us being very nimble as a startup, thinking very cost effective, like how do I get down to the best set of starting images to then be able to test those. So that's exactly what we did here. So low entropy, we've been able to nail, and we know that. So this is really about a whole strategy of how do we do a very low cost method of processing large scale amount of videos and then throw it over at the CNN to really get down. So we're taking large amounts of ore, like gold, and we're getting it down to, you know, gold powder that then we can make it into a gold brick on doing an actual CNN, or doing the convolutional neural net. And this is talking about statistical behavior. There's a whole discussion on that, but I wanted to jump forwards. So this is sort of kind of give you the totality. This is Google, and it's called their Google Vision Project, which we first started working with. And what's exciting about this is that they've done a category tree. So you're seeing an actual visual category tree. And this is the depth of labeling. Now for us, some of this labeling is not very helpful. But now they're doing emotional labeling. And this is a big deal. Because now, you know, you can actually, they're telling you what kind of cat. So this is the kind of labeling that's now available. And you don't need to know anything about image and object recognition because now it's all an API. So all that hard work and stuff that we did, it's really, now it's becoming commoditized. So there's an API out there that you can just completely tap into and get this type of depth where it's reading the signs. It'll even tell you the location. So the training set that Google has now is enormous. And they came out with a thing called YouTube 8M. And it's the largest video library of training set on the planet. And this is all free, which is crazy. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on here. So, well, no, the training set is available for download. It's independent of the training set. You can use that 8M training set or like ImageNet on Cafe or Torch or any system because it's just a training set. Google 8M. I'm sorry, YouTube 8M. YouTube 8M. And they just had a really cool example. But this is something I wanted to show you here. This is what Facebook does. And the reason why I want to show you this is just to show you that the ultra high end, because this is a real-time visual labeling. And I always think it's funny to point out, you see the bicyclist right here in the corner? Well, he becomes